Good morning, ladybugs. Man, I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to be here. And you know what? I'm going to take my time with this, no pressure. Usually I'm like so um concerned about if I'm going to come in at the right time or whatever. I'm not even going to think about that stuff today. I'm just going to have fun because guess what? I've earned it. Say hi when you get here. I'm Victoria from Old to Ooh La La Art. Hi, Melissa. Hey, Brenda. Hey, Claire. Um, so what a week, what a week. Hi, Brenda. I'm going to say hi for a couple of seconds because I'm thinking what I'm doing here. I know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of getting my ducks in a row. Look at the stain on that card. Isn't that amazing? I'm going to show you how to do that today. I haven't shown it in a while, and somebody asked me, um, how do you do that? So I'm going to show you today. Judy, I've been missing you guys too. Yeah, that was a wild week. Close to 200 orders went out. Absolutely mind boggling. I'm very grateful, but wow. Next time I will be hiring someone to help because that was crazy. Okay, let's start with, I'm going to show, well, first I'm going to tell you what we're going to be using in this live. We're going to be using Pastiche, which I love, can't get enough of it. And we're going to be using Lover of Flowers. And they are sold out of these at the warehouse. These will not be back in till May, probably the end of May. I have 8 in my store. So my shop should be in the title, but I'm going to put it in right now too. I put it in wrong. Bear with me. Let's see if that works. I don't know if like .com things even work in, I don't know. Hi, Robin. Yeah, Judy, it was pretty stinking good, wasn't it? Hi, Micheline, my love. Hi, Denise from California. Okay, so those are the 2 products that we're going to use, and we're going to make a couple of cards. We're going to make an 8x4 and we're going to make a 6x3. I also have these in my shop for sale, bundles. I've made bundles of them so you don't have to buy 1,000 of them like I did. Search tags and they will come up. So here's the deal. Somebody said, show us how to make the coffee stain. So I'm going to show you how to make the coffee stain. Okay, so these 2 cards are done with coffee and walnut stain. Okay, I have a walnut stain and I have a coffee stain. And it's 2 different looks because this card is done just with coffee. And you can see how the shading is a bit different. So I'm going to do this card just with coffee so it kind of matches this card because we're going to use these 2 cards together today. So I'm going to begin by putting this down and covering that transfer that's sitting back there uncovered. Let's cover that because this stuff goes everywhere. So I just put this in little Dollar Tree bottles and it leaks like a sieve, but it actually is good because you can make dots and when it drips out, you can do your card like this and make it run all over the place. So I'm just going to start with my first little that's my first layer. Okay. And I'm going to dry it. You can see you can make the drips run. It's going to make the card do that, but when it dries, it will lay flat. See, it makes the card curve, but when it dries, it'll lay flat. You can blow the coffee around, and it smells really good. I'm not a coffee drinker, but when I make these, it always smells so good. So I do it like this, and I kind of do it in layers. These get very, very wet. So there's my first layer. So then I'm just going to come back and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to see how it drips out. But that for these purposes is perfectly fine. And then you can take your bottle and you can go like this and make little rings, which is cool because it looks like something got sat down on there. Makes it look even more authentic. And see how things start to move around. And it gives you this kind of stuff. I'm going to need one more layer on this because I want it to mimic this as much as I can. Card showing up here. It smells so good right now. It smells like Starbucks. Not that I know what Starbucks smells like. I haven't been in a Starbucks in 20 years, I'll bet. Okay, so now I want to make sure that I get this up here. And you can move it around with your finger. Someday I'll get a better bottle. Someday. But when the big clumps come out, it's not a bad thing. You can move those around and make it look like drips. See? And now I'll get some nice drips down there. There's all kinds of ways to do this. This is the way I do it. Some people put them in the, like, soak them in coffee and then put them in the oven, and lovely, but I don't have time for that. If I can't do it from my chair, I'm not doing it. That's my new mantra. If I can't do it sitting right here, it's not going to get done. That's not true. Sometimes I put a primer, a spray primer on things, and I have to get up to do that. So there. So now I've got a card that very closely mimics that one, and that's what I was going for. So we can put this to the side and let it dry the rest of the way on its own. And we're going to get started on our design. So this lover of flowers, I've already done so many projects. I've done free classes already with it. Oh, and if you buy anything, any product from the new release from me, it comes with a new class, with a free class, every single product. And I've tried to use more than one product per class. So if you've only bought one product, you're going to see some ideas for other products in the class that I put you in. So I tried to make it, I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. Never mind. So here's my thought. Somebody, I think my friend Cheryl, mentioned fairies the other day when I was doing a live. And I thought, oh, I have a fairy. So my idea is to make this is a cloche. This is the biggest cloche from Pastiche. Okay. So I'm gonna put that there. Here's my little fairy stamp. I'm gonna put her here in the cloche. And then I've silhouetted some the forget-me-not flowers from Lover of Flowers, and her little toes. I'm going to put it across the bottom of the card and the cloche. So it's going to be like it's sitting in flowers, and her little toe is going to go right down there. It's going to be darling. You can see it in my head. So right now, I don't want to stamp a bunch of dark ink, or do I? Let me look. Yeah, I think I better stamp the whole thing. Wasn't going to stamp this bottom part, but it peeks through the flowers in some places, so we are going to stamp it. Okay, so I'm going to use, I'm not going to use my my stamping platform, but I am going to use my stamping pressure tool, which I adore. I'm buying another one for my office because I now have a iron orchid stamp that I put on every package, and I've been running back and forth. I adore this thing. What was I saying? Oh, I'm not using the stamping platform because these cards really don't lay flat after you've sprayed them. They really don't lay flat. And I find that that stamping platform works best on something that will lay perfectly flat. So that's where our thin mounts come in. I still love it for other things, but for this, we're going to use a thin mount. I'm going to stamp in black. Oh man, I missed a ton of comments. Okay, you guys, hold on. What's going on? What is going on? Look at all the comments I missed. What in the world? Hi, Dorothy. Dorothy, the fairy stamp's in my Amazon store, which I will put a link to when I'm done here. Hi, Denise. Brenda, I don't know the answer to that. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Carolyn. Hi, Christina. Hey, Kathy. Hi, Lise, my neighbor. Judy, I'll put a link to the Amazon page at the end when we're done here. Hi, Stephanie, sweetheart. How you doing? Judy and Peggy, they're both here. Hi, Nita. Nita, we're tracking down Nita's package. Some stuff that's going to the south is taking a very long time to get there. So I don't know what's going on with y'all in the south, but it's not good with your mail service. I'm having a really hard time. I'm leaving and coming back in. Hi, Lynn. Hey, Dina. Hi, Cheryl. Cheryl, I think you're the one that told me to do a fairy. So I'm pretty sure it was you. So I got a little fairy that we're going to put in the cloche. Right now, we're going to stamp this coffee stain card with black ink. If I've gotten any ink like here, I'm going to wipe it off. The odds of that touching my tag are pretty slim, but you never know. Try to line things up. I lined this up when I put it on. I lined it up with the corners. It's tough when these things are. Oh, really? Oh, Stephanie, thank you for telling me that. There's a distribution center in Georgia that's having issues. Yeah, I mean, 10 days and girls are just now getting their packages, which is so frustrating because, you know, I ship out, man, like that was my life for 6 days. I ship as quickly as I can, and I don't stop till everything's shipped. And to put in that kind of effort and then have the post office drop the ball when you guys are paying them. You guys pay every penny that you pay for shipping goes straight to the post office through my Shopify store. I don't even see that money. It goes straight to the post office. And if I tell you, I think last year I gave the post office $20,000 in shipping. So yeah, they should get their shit together. Whoops, they should get their stuff together. That was terrible. Sorry. Okay. So I've kind of lined this up, hopefully. Not having very good luck here, you guys. I feel like the top of that has to be square with that. I'm just going for it. Commit, Victoria. Now my stamping pressure tool, which is just the best. You still have to anchor, but this gives perfectly even pressure on your whole stamp. And I've been getting the best images I've ever gotten. And you know me, I'm a stamping freak. I love to stamp. It's my very, very favorite. It's so fabulous. Okay, so we're done with that one. Fabulous. I love it. Now we need to decide where she's going to go and where this is going to go. So I almost feel like I want to put this down first. Dorothy. Cheryl. Yeah. I'm surprised that I don't curse more in my lives because in real life, my mouth is out of control. Well, Stephanie, I'm so glad you told me about that. I mean, I'm sorry that they're having such issues, but I'm so glad you told me about that hub that's having problems. There's a little thing that says forget me not down at the bottom here, and I'm going to cut it out because I'm hoping to use it higher up in the piece. And where am I going to put it where I don't lose it? If I'm wondering later where it is, I've put it on top of my ribbon spools over there, okay? All right. So I think I might put this down first, and then I'll be for sure to put her foot right where it needs to be. It's going to be so cute. I'm just seeing where the flowers land here. I got a little coming up the sides. Yeah, this is good. Okay, so how am I gonna? You're welcome, Rose. Hi, Shannon. What I'm thinking is I'm going to draw, yeah, let's get you guys a little closer. I'm thinking I'm going to draw a little pencil mark right here. So I know exactly where to put this transfer once I take it off the backing. And you can see I've cut it down to the exact, see? And then I'll know that this V goes right there. Because once you take the backing off, it's like, ugh. And here's another thing. I don't want all this stuff hanging loose because I don't want to ruin it because I have plans for it on other parts of the card. So I'm going to turn my card over. I felt like that shifted. It did. I'm going to turn my card over when I've got it placed where I want it with the transfer on the front. And I'm going to draw a pencil mark on the back. And I'm going to trim this before I start so I don't ruin the rest. Okay. Ah, Judy, I did a fairy journal a while back. It took me forever. In fact, I think Dorothy has that fairy journal. It was beautiful. So I'm just trimming this because, look, I've got all this gorgeousness I can use elsewhere. It's never good. Okay, so now I've got these 3 great pieces that I can piece in around because we're going to use them on our, we're going to do another kind of a matching situation. Not matching, but similar. Sisters, not twins. All right, here we go. Ah, oh, you give it to your daughter. I hope she loved it. I loved it. I loved making it. That was one of my most fun creations was that, Dorothy. I just loved making that. It took forever and oh, I just had so much fun. It's really fun. Journals are definitely a labor of love, you guys, because they take forever. I'm trying to match that up, and I'm trying to match up the sides. Close enough. Okay, there we go. Not too much of the birdcage showed, but a little bit did. So I'm glad I stamped it. So now I'm just gonna adhere this with a rubby stick. I call it a rubby stick. It might have a real name, but I don't know what it is. When I'm doing a transfer, I'll go and I'll take a little, it's kind of hard to lift it sometimes. You can get right under that. There we go. Okay, so now I've got a little piece lifted. And what that does is I keep this lifted so I can see that the transfer has adhered and I'm not rubbing for no reason, okay? Because once it's down, it's down. You can quit rubbing on that spot. You can move on. I'm quite excited about this, you guys. I'm going to do beautiful taupe and soft blue and soft green bow on the top. Yeah, it's going to be really pretty. And we're going to seal it with our satin polyvine, which makes these tags look like leather. It's really cool. And that was just like a mistake that just like I sealed the tag one day. I was like, hey, that looks like leather. Wasn't even planning that. Okay, so there's our cloche nestled in forget-me-nots. It's beautiful. No, Judy, I haven't used an iron to flatten them. That would require me getting up and going someplace else. And we've already discussed that. I'm not going to do that. So I've got a little overhang there. So just in one direction, very, very gentle. I'm going to get rid of that. Everything else looks really good. I've got to sand that. You know I do. Hi, Carol. Oh, Judy. Yeah. We need to do a journal class, don't we? I'm just finishing up the 3rd free class, and maybe sometime at the end of summer we can do a journal class together. Okay, I like to sand my my what do you call these transfers, because I like that really kind of distressed kind of look, but I may put another piece of this up top. So I'm putting this little piece of sandpaper out here to remind me that I need to do that. Because sometimes I forget. And I mean, it's still beautiful, but it'll be better if we sand it. Right now I'm burnishing, just making sure that everything, especially my edges, that everything is just as adhered as it can be. And this is so cool because look at the bottom. You can see just a little bit of the cloche peeking through, like the little legs and stuff. It's really good. I love the way the transfer completely covers the black ink. All right, moment of truth. Oh, it's perfect. Maybe not perfect. That's pretty close. I prefer to have it over a little bit, but I think I'll do it just about like that. Okay, this is the big this is the big one that's making me nervous. I'm getting a little sweaty. Okay, this has to work. Here we go. Okay. I'm going to use my edge of my card to help me with placement. Okay, so I'm putting this right to the edge on the top. Well, darn it, you can't see. On the top and the bottom, I'm going right to the edge and lining that up. And that will tell me exactly where she needs to go. Okay, so I've picked her up. We're going to ink her. Make sure you don't have any ink here. I'm going in. Wish me luck. See the top of my head, but I gotta be right over the top of this, you guys. I hate the way this darn thing is bending up. It's preventing me from doing what I want to do. Trisha, the fairy stamp is in my Amazon store, which I will post a link to as soon as I'm done here. I'll post a link in the live to my Amazon store. Anchor. Anchor. Oh, crush fingers, you guys. I'm holding my breath. Oh my goodness, how perfect. Oh, isn't that gorgeous? Oh, that's so pretty. We're going to do more to it. Oh, okay. Take a breath, Victoria. That part's done. Mission accomplished. But here's what I want to do. I want to take a little flower and I want to put it up in her hair. To kind of make it cohesive. Okay, so I have to get my favorite scissors out. And I'm going to hover this without I'm not going to touch it because I don't want it to. I think that's a good flower. So I'm going to silhouette that flower. What I don't want to lose is this part of her hair. I love the way her hair goes up like that. So I am going to cover those little flowers right there, but that little flower is going to go right there. And I think that'll be a really charming little touch. So I'm just going to save everything. That's a little piece of transfer I'm going to put right there. What were you thinking the same thing, Dorothy? Put a flower there? Well, you know what they say, great minds. Okay, so this is like crazy. You don't have to get right next to the flower because it's clear. You know, there's clear transfer there, but you got to get it as close as you can. Leave it on the white backing. This is going to be worth it, I promise. Remember, what is it? It's the details. Here's another piece of transfer that we will save, perhaps use somewhere else. I might need to get my tweezers out for this. Okay. Tweezers. Did I paint the shadow on the cloche or is that on the card? It's coffee stained, Dorothy. Like this. It's a coffee stained card. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to take this little tiny bit of transfer and I want to see what angle it would be best here. So if you see the top of my head, I'm sorry. That looks good. I think that'll be just about. But I'm not exactly sure. So, hey, Chris. Fussy cutting on transfers, girl. Not for the faint of heart. Just want to make sure that this is placed perfectly. I think that's the best placement. I know it's hard for you guys to see. Ugh, I hate indecision. I'm undecided. I want it to be just right because it's such a cute concept. Sorry, you guys. Sorry you're in this valley of indecision with me. Yeah, I think we're going to do it like that. Cheryl, I think you told me to use a fairy, didn't you? All right. I can even rub this on. It's so small. I think it's attached, but it doesn't want to. It doesn't want to come off. Yeah, it's coffee stain, Stephanie. Okay. I don't know who Melissa Jacobson is, but we'll give her the credit. I'm giving you credit because I don't know who Melissa Jacobson is. I just heard you say it the other day in my live. Oh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Oh, it looks like a little cap. Oh, it's so good. It looks like a little elf cap. Oh, okay. I'm very happy. I'm going to give it one of these. Oh, it's so good. Now, I thought about making her like drop a couple of little flowers from her little wand, which would be sweet, but I don't think there's anything small enough to make that feasible. So I'm not going to do that. So let me think of what else. I think what we'll do now is we'll pivot to our other card. We're going to pivot to our other card. This thing could not be more wrinkled. Where's an iron when you need it? Maybe if I get it warm, I can get it to get down. I'm going to do my own ironing. That worked. Okay, so on this card, I'm going to take the bird from Pastiche. These little things here, I noticed that they can go wonky. You got to make sure when you get to the stamping part, see how it's crooked? You got to make sure that it's on your thin mount straight or it will be crooked. If that doesn't bother you, then don't worry about it. But it bothered me the first time I used it. So what I thought we could do was make his little swing like it's coming down from some branches. How cute is that? What we have to do is make this not a straight edge. So I'm just going to go in and give it like a little bit of a wave and kind of cut around some of the flowers and some of the leaves and give it some curve. See, so now it's not a straight line and it'll be better. And I do want to, from the bottom, I want to cut off as much of this as I can so I can see what's going to happen. I think on the other one we put the transfer down first and then we stamped. If you paint stain both sides, it won't curl up. Yeah, that could be true. I didn't know. I did not know. Let me see. Do I have any other? You know what? Look, I did both sides on this one. Still curled. You know what? It's such a small thing. I got a bigger fish to fry. Okay, so if we put this like this, and then we hang our bird cage, or not our bird cage, our swing. Okay, then we can go up even higher with this. I can come in this way because I've got lots of, see, as long as it goes to the edge, we're good. I think I will. I think I'll come in, well, but see, both little things have to touch. So we may have to make it go like this, which is perfectly fine. So I think it's important to place him first, not stamp him, but place him first. And then we'll know exactly where this is going to go. And I'm going to do something that I don't suggest, and that is I'm going to take the backing off of this. And I feel like I can do that because this is very coarse because it's not been sealed. If this was sealed, it'd be sticky, and I would never do this because it would grab it. So I find that rubbing transfers on paper is not an issue. Generally, you like to seal something before you put a transfer on, but on paper, it's never, ever been an issue. So that's where the bird's going to be. Then we have to make sure that his swing touches. I got a bit of a straight edge there that I want to get rid of. See if it did stick to my card, but I can sand that off of there. I'm not going to worry about it. Okay, so I'm committing to that. Okay. Let's cut these off because these are really nice little flowers and I don't want to waste them. Do not let transfers fall onto your glass mat because they will stick. I got lucky. It hit the tape. It hit my glare tape. There we go. Advanced masking. Well, I don't really ever mean to go off into the weeds like I do. It just kind of happens. Maybe because I've been doing it for so long and I've done so much stuff. And, I kind of like to challenge myself too. I don't do like super, super simple stuff because I've already done all that. So I'm always trying to think of something that, you guys haven't seen before or something that will, take me out of my safe space. Something that makes me sweat a little when I'm doing it. Like, it's going to be really cute. Oh, look how cute. That's going to be really cute. And then our little bird is going to hang from that branch, and I'm going to put some little flowers down here. So cute. Yes, Stephanie, all of the newer come with mask. All of the newer stamps come with mask. Like old ones don't, but you can always make your own masks. But I would say probably the last 3 releases have had masks. So going back, a couple of years probably. Okay. Don't let me forget my sandpaper. I've got my little forget-me-not. I thought I could put like the little forget-me-not words over here, or I could even put it in the cloche. Let's let it live there for a minute and see if we like that. That's kind of cute. Oh, maybe we could put it like right under her. I'm all over the place, I know. Maybe we could put it, this is kind of a cute idea, right underneath her little, yeah, I think that's what we'll do. Okay. So we got to stamp this guy. So we need a thin mount. Remember I told you how this kind of bends a little? So right now I'm going to be very aware of that. See, I put it down on my thin mount and it's kind of bent, so I need to bend it and make sure that because I want it to be straight. And it might just be my stamp, it might not be all of them, but that's pretty straight. Okay, here we go. Melissa, isn't it the truth? And it's my favorite. It's my favorite of everything. I prefer to stamp over any other thing, over molds, over transfers, over inlays. Stamping is my thing. I absolutely love it, but it always makes me nervous. And maybe that's why I love it, because it makes me feel something. I'm pretty dead inside. So maybe that's why I like it. That's not true, you guys. I'm not dead inside. Not yet. All right. Let's see if I can get this to lay down a little bit. Hi, Karen. All right, here we go. Here we go. Wish me luck. You're going to see the top of my head probably, because I got to get this just. When it bends up like that, it keeps you from getting close enough to see, you know, what you're doing. All right, here we go. Commit. Pressure, pressure. Anchor. Have you ever? That is adorable. Oh, so cute. So cute. This kind of bugs me a little bit, but you know what? I got these little teeny tiny flowers, and I can just put a little bit of something over that and hide it, which I think I will do. Because see, it looks like it's not exactly there. So I'm going to cover that a little bit so it looks like it's behind there. Just a little, yeah, just a little extra piece of transfer. Thank you, Claire. I'll probably end up doing it on the other side as well. Yeah, see, that's better. And it looks like it just tucks right up in there. I think we'll do it over here as well. That's why you save every single little scrap, because they come in handy. You just never, ever know. Thanks, you guys. There's still more. We got more to do. How long have I been on? I just found out the other day that I can look up on my computer, up on my desk up there, and see how long I've been on. I didn't know that. Okay, so here's another little flower. These tweezers have so much stuff on them, they don't really meet at the tip anymore, so they're really kind of useless. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Very happy about that. Okay, and then I thought I'd take a little, I still have like little bits. I might take and put a little bit like right there, which I think would be sweet. But I feel like maybe it should go all the way across the bottom. How much more of this stuff do I have? It'd be nice if you had flowers on the top and the bottom, right? I think. Let's see if we have enough to make this work. Why won't this come up? There we go. I'm going to take this little piece off right here. We are way down the rabbit hole, y'all, just so you know. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Let's take that off. Let's take that. Let's take that. I thought about these little tags all night, you guys, what I was going to do. Oh, yeah, it's sweet as can be. Super cute. Then we're going to sand these and give them a little bit of distress, and then we're going to distress the whole card. And then I think we'll be done. Well, we have to seal them. And I've done all this with just one little element of the Lover of Flowers transfer. There's a lot of goodness in that thing. Oh, what was that supposed to be? Hold on. No, that's okay. Super sweet, huh? I love it. Let's make sure everything's down the way it should be. It is super, super cute. Underground rabbit holes. Well, Cheryl, it's one of my specialties. So here in art, I just want to do stuff, you know, like, hey, how do we do this? And the smaller and more intricate, the better. I love it below on the bottom. Yeah, yeah, that's what we did, Micheline. Look at there. And I'm thinking, because now I got these little bits and I want to use them up. Maybe. What do you think of that? Maybe something that comes up on the side like that. Yeah, that looks sweet. I don't need any more. Of course, we could put a little flower in his hair. Is that overkill? I don't know. Is it? Is it overkill? I don't know. Let's look and see what that looks like. It might be whimsical and cute. Oh, I've got live transfers on my glass mat. That's never a good thing. This tag is 6x3, Karen. In his beak. Oh, Cheryl. Oh, Cheryl. You're just a wealth of ideas. It's a great idea. What do we put in his, how do we put it in his beak? Like he's holding it? But it would have to go over his beak. We're asking for trouble. That's, yeah, we're asking for trouble, Cheryl. Because it'd have to go over his beak, and I've not. What if we gave him like a little, what if we gave him like a little bow tie, a little flower bow tie? We might do that. We might do a little flower bow tie. But let's attach these before they stick to my... Yeah, I'm going to see where we can put a little tiny flower, because he's definitely getting a flower. There's just no way he's not getting a flower. He's definitely getting a flower. Oh, that was the right thing to do. Look how nice that looks, because it gets this light color more down here. We didn't have a lot of that light color down here towards the bottom, so that's really good. So let's see where a little flower crown. Let's see if that translates. Like a look, like a little like sprouting from the top of his head. That might be super cute. I like the idea of it under his chin, but yeah, I think maybe a little, yeah, yep. A little flower. So it's a girl bird. Well, there I go assuming, huh? Just a flamboyant boy bird. Most tweezers are completely useless. But these tweezers, like when you let go of them, they grab, and they're kind of, it's like a two-step process. But they hold better. Okay, give me a second. Oh, I'm sweating. I'm sweating. You can believe that. So let's see. What's the best angle here? I think that's the best angle. Oh, it's going to be so cute. I can't stand it. Oh, no. Hold on, I got issues. I'm really quiet, which means I get issues. A little tiny piece didn't adhere. Oh my word. So stinking cute. So cute. Okay. All right. I think we're done with transfers. Woo! That stamping made me sweat. Okay, so everything's down and burnished. Let's do a little cleanup here so we have some room to work. See? That sticks to your, that's a piece of transfer that's stuck to my glass mat. Come on. This is a nice piece of leaf that might come in handy. Coming in from a corner somewhere, I don't know. I'm going to give it a wavy edge and put it there because that's kind of bugging me. I think. Do I want that there? No, I don't think I do. It's too green. Too green. Sorry. Okay. Woo. Horses sweat, ladies for fire. Dorothy, I'm glowing. Okay, I like this little idea of this little forget-me-not right in here. So I'm going to put that there. Make sure it's where I want it. Do I want it up high? Do I want it a little bit lower by the flowers? Where do I want it? That's where it's going to go. It's the kind of stuff I do when I'm alone, you guys, and I look up and like 4 hours have passed. Sweet as can be. Okay, enough with the transfers. Let's move on. Enough already. Yeah, like she's casting a wish. That's exactly what I thought. A little low for that, but too late now. It's still cute. Okay. Oh, could you just, oh, they're so stinking sweet. Okay, now I want to distress them a little bit with really soft sandpaper. It's 320. And I just go in one direction real slow. It's one swipe. I'm going to show you here what happens. See how it lightens up there? I like that. Shows more over like the leaves on the bottom. You'll be able to see it real well. Just gives a nice kind of a softness to everything. Let's do a little flower. Now you'll be able to see, I'll do one side and then not the other, and you'll be able to see the difference and why I like it. So now one side has been kind of gently distressed and the other side has not. And this little white part that showed, we're going to go around the whole edge of the card with ink, so that's not an issue. You can't put it back on, so be careful. Beautiful. Look how pretty. Nice and soft. Like the difference, the softness. Let's do her. Okay. A little bit on her flower on her head. Okay, there we go. Now I talked about going around the edges of these with our ink, which I'm going to do right now, just to kind of define the edges. Yeah, I like to hit my corners pretty heavy. That's done. I was feeling really, I was going to say I'd take some like stickles. It's like a glitter glue and put them on her wings, but I don't think we're going to bring any glitter into the situation. I think it looks really nice and kind of organic the way it is. If we start doing glitter, then it looks too, I don't know, it doesn't look natural. And I like the naturalness of this. I think it's really, really sweet. Oh, those are cute. I'm very happy. Well, Cheryl, just go slow. Go slow, go in one direction, make one pass and look. Make another pass and then look. Yeah, it's totally doable. I do it on every single transfer. You can do it. I don't know which one I like better. They're both stinking cute. All right, let's seal them. No, 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 no. Wait a minute. You guys almost made me forget. Look, I'm going to do this in. Hold on, I have to answer a call from my son, make sure he's okay. Hey, buddy. Can I call you back in about a half hour? Okay, bye. Okay, you always have to answer a call from your kid, right? Yeah, we don't have to glitter everything, and I don't glitter hardly anything. Glitter's not my jam, but this is my jam. You know how I love this. So I'm going to bring this all to life right now with some. I'm going to test it a little bit on the bottom to make sure it's where I want to go. Yep. And I'm just going to, I didn't ink it real heavy. Didn't even ink the whole thing, just like this. I'm going to lay it here, and I'm just going to tickle it a little bit. And then I'm going to look a little bit harder. So good. And do the top. Yeah, it's really good. See, it just kind of distresses it even just that little bit more. And I go right across the transfers. No worries there. Right across the transfers. Dina, are you a Big Bird fan? Let's do it on our big card now. I don't want to put a bunch of heavy right across her, so I'm going to be kind of intentional. Do the top first, and then I'll kind of work around her. Oh, how beautiful that is when you do that. This stamp should go on everything. in my opinion. Oh, so good. Look. Yeah, it's really, really good. Man, this looks like it's around for a really long time. You love it, Stephanie? And just these little dots right here in the corner are my favorite. I'll just go in and kind of tap them into little places that need a little something. Like look right there. I just kind of tapped them in there. It's perfect. I was careful not to get too much on her, and that worked out well. Oh, it's just so perfect. Look, not be happier. These are amazing. These are amazing. Okay, I'm going to give them just a little shot of heat just to make sure that ink is real set. I don't want to melt my transfers. This is going to get a simple, maybe just a pull through ribbon, but this is going to get like a nice bow. Have I forgotten anything, you guys? I'm going to seal them right now. I just want to make sure all of my ink is dry. Oh, it look good. Oh, like she's sprinkling something. It does, doesn't it? Cute. You know what? I can't believe you said that. I have a little, is it stars? This is the fairy stamp. It's in my Amazon store. But these are like little, yeah, they're like little stars. Should we tempt fate? And do a little, let's see how it looks. Now that you mentioned it, Mary, let's see what happens if we, I'll test it on something else first. I'll test it on a piece of paper and see if we like the way it looks. Oh, look, it's like little stars and little flowers. That's cute as it can be. Yeah, I'm going to take this little part that drops down, and I'm going to put it right under her wand. Mary, thank you for saying that. I'm going to tape off the rest of this after I ink it. I'm just going to ink that little bit at the bottom, but I want to make sure that I get just the part of the design that I want. So I'm just doing that, and then I'm going to put the tape right across where I don't want anything to get on my page. Wouldn't it be terrible to ruin it right now? I've done things like that, but I think this is going to be cute. Okay, so let's cord lay straight. Oh, Cheryl, no, I'm not doing that. But it would be cute. We'll be here all day. We'll be here all day, Cheryl. Oops, I got it upside down. Super cute. It's very, very delicate, but it's sweet. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Mary. You can't really tell what it is unless you're really looking for it, but it's sweet. Yeah. Okay. Let's seal these bad boys and put some bows on them and be done. Be done with it. How long have I been on? An hour and 15 minutes? That's not bad. Okay. I seal with satin polyacrylic water-based sealer, and it makes this paper, when it's coffee stained, it makes it look like leather, and it's a very, very cool kind of something that I stumbled upon. So look how that kind of deepens it. Yeah, it's very cool. Perfect. Oh, with bows on these, you guys, they are going to sing. There we go. Okay. Dealing with a water-based polyacrylic sealer. I use Polyvine. You can sometimes find it in my Amazon shop. Sometimes it's hard to find because they're out of it, because it's fabulous. I used to be a retailer for it, but it's very expensive to ship because it comes from the UK, but I love it. It's all I use. It's all I've really ever used. Okay, so there's our cards, and they're finished. So over here, I want to do a simple kind of a bow situation. I don't want to do anything too in your face because it's a small card, but over here we'll go wild on this one. I'm going to hit these with a little bit of heat, get them to dry. They got just a lovely little sheen to them, and they look like leather. They're very cool. All right, let's see what kind of ribbonage we can do. Is that a word, ribbonage? Is now. I like this blue. I like this soft, soft green. And I like this beige. And then I've got like a real sheer blue that we might use over here on this big card. So what we might do, yeah, is do these. Make them kind of a simple, just like a string through. And I never remember if you start from the front or the back. So we'll probably do it twice to get, to get that nice little knot. Is it from the front or the back? I never remember. Oh, from the, I think all of them have to go through, right? So if all of them go through, and then I grab this way. Okay, I think it goes from the front. The Polyvine finish is satin, but I use dead flat as well. I have a bottle of each because I use different finishes for different projects. Sometimes I don't want anything, it's not shiny, but it does definitely have a satin kind of a finish to it, which is beautiful. But sometimes I want flat. So I have both, and I use them, depending on the project. I could have strung all this through a big old embroidery needle that I have sitting right behind me, but I'm already in, so. I did it right the first time. That never happens, I think. Maybe I'm talking too soon. So then you loop these through here, right? I did it wrong. See, it's going to be on the back. Gosh darn it. But you get the idea. So there's that one. I wanted this part to be on the front. Uh, Dorothy, good luck, doll. Are you teaching or taking? So if we come from the back is what I want to do. Are you teaching or taking a class, Dorothy? As if that wasn't annoying enough the first time, I'm going to do it a second time. Okay, there we go. So everybody's through. Make this all even. Okay, and then pull it through this way. And I find generally you have to kind of tug on each individual piece so you don't tear that hole that's right there holding everything in. Yeah, that's what I had in mind. And I'll do the ends of those all pretty, cut them on the bias. Yeah, that's what I had in mind. Some of that blue. Okay, now let's do something big and obnoxious over here. So I'm going to take this sheer, really light blue sheer stuff. Come on. Have I forgotten how to tie a bow? Yes. Okay, so there's like our, what I call a base bow. Okay, and then I'll tie 3 tiny little bows that I'll kind of tuck in around that bow. It'll be sweet. Do we need some eyelash yarn? I feel like that always makes things cute. Kind of layer my bows in like that. Let's do some eyelash yarn. I like the dimension that it gives us. White. Okay, so I've got 2 bows. It's Oliver Cotton. We have another vet appointment on Thursday. We keep going to the vet. It's, why does my dog cough all the time? And they say, well, we don't know. There's nothing wrong with him. And so it's like, well, doesn't that sound terrible? It doesn't appear to be painful, but he does it all the time. And they keep telling me nothing's wrong. It's like that can't possibly be true. I guess it could be true, but his heart's fine, his lungs are clear, his throat's okay. I don't know what's going on. Now, this blue. Yeah, you know, his eyes have been kind of watery. So I have given him some Benadryl, and that has helped. I mean, I guess he could just have really, really bad allergies, but he winter, I mean, he's done it for like a couple of years now. And I keep taking him and they keep saying, nope, nothing wrong. So I'm going to do it again Thursday. What's wrong with my dog? Nothing. Okay. There's $300. Okay. So now I've got my ribbons or my bows. There we go. 1, 2, 3. And here's the big guy. Okay, so the big guy will go here. I wonder, Micheline. I feed him that, that stuff that comes out of the cooler. I don't, healthy dog or healthy. It's like, it smells good. It smells like you could eat it as a human. It smells really good. And he loves it. Okay, I'm attaching these with hot glue. Happy with this. What a sweet little set. I'm going to have to get that to lay flat. Oh, I might have to iron them. I wish somebody hadn't mentioned that. Tracheal collapse. Yes, exactly. Yeah. And I read up on that, Kathy, and I mentioned that to my vet, and he's like, "No, that's not what this is." And I'm like, "Well, he's got literally every symptom of tracheal collapse. So, I mean, there's nothing you can do for it, is my understanding." Let's put down this. So I do a length of this, and I'm going to put it from side to side. A little dot. Right across it. Hold it down for a second. Oh, it's genetic, huh? Huh. Well, there's like 4 different vets in my practice that we've gone to for years, and they all say the same thing. Like, we don't see the same vet every time, so it's not, I don't know. It's perfectly healthy in every other way. His hips bother him a little bit, but I think we can all relate to that, right? Okay, so there's that. Yeah, I belong to a Cocker Spaniel group, and a lot of people say their dog does the same thing. So just don't know. I just don't know. I don't have the answer, and I keep trying to get the answer, and they keep telling me the same answer. They don't mind charging me for the same answer, mind you. I'm happy to charge me for the same answer I got last year, but so now I'm just kind of putting these in kind of here. No, I just kind of cross them and kind of stack them on top of each other, kind of like that. That'll be pretty. I'll trim this. Do I like it with the blue on as the featured color, or do I like it with green as the featured color. Just I think I like green, don't you? Do you like green? Do you like blue? And we'll do blue. Let's do blue. Cheryl, I haven't seen that. What's it called and what's it on? We got lots of crime here. You don't generally hear about it though, because you don't want to scare the tourists. The last bow that I put on, I'm very, very judicious with my hot glue because I don't want it to show. How sweet is that? That's just sweet, 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 sweet. Okay. We are done. Generally, I take my cards and I go like this and they flatten out. I'll put some pretty paper on the back, but we're not going to do that right now because I'm tired. I got to get out of this chair. Okay. I'll take some beautiful pictures of these. There's a lot of glare right now. I'll take some beautiful pictures and put them up on my page. And thanks for being here, you guys. I really appreciate it. I'll see you next Tuesday. I think we're going to do something fun with the conservatory labels mold. I got something percolating in my little peanut brain. So I will see you guys then. Thanks for being here. Is that everything? Yeah, I'll put links in. I'll put links to the Amazon store, and somebody asked me for something else. What was it? I think just the Amazon store. I'll put a link to my Amazon store right now, you guys. All right, I'll see you next Tuesday if I don't pop on earlier, and I'll see you over in the Ooh La La Spring Academy for sure. All right, you guys, thanks for being here. Love you, ladybugs. Bye.